You know how sometimes a project just stalls halfway? Well, that's exactly what happened here in the bathroom after we had the shower put in. The floor still needs to be laid, the tiles need to be done, and the walls definitely need some love. So today I'm rolling up my sleeves, patching these cracks, and getting some paint on the walls so we can finally move forward with this project. Mrs. G. Oh, Mrs. G. So, as with most things that I do, this is not a how-to or a step-by-step guide. This is just me in my home getting stuff done. And honestly, if you're planning to do this, you probably shouldn't do it the way I do it. But for me, done is better than untouched, and this bathroom has been waiting long enough. The big story here is the floor. When the contractor came in to do the shower, we thought he was going to fix it. But what he really meant was he was just going to make the shower level, not the rest of the floor. So now it's up to us to figure out how to level everything without moving the shower. Today, I'm starting with the paint and drywall so we can finally move forward with this bathroom transformation. I've never actually used one of these corner trowels or whatever this thing is even called, but I know what it's supposed to do. Beyond that, I'm just giving it a go and hoping for the best. I'm tackling this huge crack between the ceiling and the wall, and I'm sure there's a different and better way to do it, but for now, this is my way, the Jennifer way. It might not be perfect, but at least it's progress. So tell me in the comments below, what's a project you've been putting off and why? I'd love to hear what's on your list because we all have those little things waiting for us. So, what all still needs to be done in this bathroom? Well, after today's painting, the next big step is pulling the toilet up again. Trevor is mostly going to handle figuring out how to create a more level surface in here because right now, if you put a marble down near the side with the window, it will roll straight down the floor. When we moved here, when we first moved in, it was so unlevel that if you had socks on, you'd literally slide across the room. We've gotten used to it, but I know anyone walking in probably notices that slope right away. So with some shims and wood, Trevor should be able to raise things up just enough to make the floor work without moving the shower or the sink. After that, we'll get the tile down, caulk around the edges, and I'll put up the trim. I've decided to go with a wider trim at the base, not only because I like the look, but because it'll also cover up some of those tricky spots where the walls are falling apart near the bottom. Honestly, I think at some point the subfloor in here must have been much higher, and whoever tore it out just left it unfinished. But we're going to make it work and finally bring this bathroom together. Way back when our Dollar General was going out of business, I had grabbed a few cute little pictures for the bathroom. And just recently, I picked up some shelves to go near the sink. So I'm really looking forward to getting all of this put up and finally making this bathroom put together. I can't wait for the day I can mop the floor and hang those pictures and just finally, after 6 years, enjoy a space that looks decent and complete. Okay, moving right along, the shelf has to scoot over so I can finally grab my roller and get some paint up on these walls. I was actually going to paint the hallway the same blue color as the bathroom, but then I came across a brand new can that I had tucked away of paint. It's this really, really pale, almost whisper pink. So the hallway is going to get that, while the bathroom will stay blue, because I've kind of grown to like the shade in here, so I'm sticking with it. And that way I will have plenty of touch-up paint as well. And I know some of you are probably thinking, oh my gosh, pink in the hallway, but this shade is so pale it practically looks white. It's just the softest little tiny hint of color. My plan for this spot is to always keep a shelf of some sort here, but eventually I'd like to replace it with something white, a little deeper and with some actual cabinetry so it blends in better with the bathroom. That's why I'm not spending too much time on this wall, because it's pretty much always going to be covered anyway. This is actually where my sink used to be, and you can still see traces of the old green paint that was here long before me. Honestly, this wall has never been properly painted, and maybe someday I'll smooth it out, but for now the focus is just on finishing what needs to be done. The real priority here in this bathroom is getting the floor in. Here's a quick little tip I saw on Facebook the other day. If you're painting your bathroom and you want to protect the toilet, just slip a bag over it. Super simple. I'm not actually doing it today, but I thought it was a neat little trick worth passing along. If you're painting behind the toilet, you know how you always get that little bit of paint on the toilet and then you're scrubbing it off? Well, that can be avoided. Now it's just a matter of cleaning up the tools I used and letting the paint dry. Once that's done, I'll put the shelf back into place, and then within a couple days we can finally get started on this bathroom floor. Oh, and I'll also need to go over the shower and do a little sanding and give that area a fresh coat of paint too. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am so glad you could come hang out with me for a little while I worked on this bathroom. It always feels better doing these little projects with some company. Remember, progress is what matters, not perfection, and even small steps move us forward. I love you. You are perfect as you are. Happy cleaning, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.